Welcome to the pro-black perspective, where black problems are addressed with black solutions. Your host tonight is the author of the Pro-Black Compendium and Zuberi and the Maroons of Ma'ar, the Pan-African Nationalist Oni. Oni, what are we discussing tonight?
Peace, family. You're tuning into Pro-Black Perspective on KWAZ Radio. Today, we're going to discuss, can active fathers be deadbeats? Let's be honest. And then, of course, did this swirled expose the agenda? So I thank you all for joining. I see Kofi is in the building. I see Revolutionary Matrons in the building. I see that people are giving me some likes. So I got 3 likes. 3 concurrent viewers, so thank you for everything for that. Of course, it's just started. Usually people like to delay the stream, so that people can jump in and join in. But I'm not going to do that per se. What I'm going to do, the only delay I'm going to do is I'm going to remind you guys that I'm part of a podcasting network called KWAZ Radio.
This is D-Web with the Harsh Reality Podcast, asking you to tune in where we tackle the news of the day that affects our community, only on KWAZ Radio.
Greetings, everyone. This is Koku from the Bitter Medicine Podcast, inviting you to tune in to the Bitter Medicine Podcast on KWAZ Radio.
Greetings, fam. Tune in to The Learning Curve with me, the Revolutionary Matron on KWAZ Radio.
You are listening to the Pro-Black Perspective on KWAZ Radio.
All right, so first to get things started, like I said, we're going to first jump into the first topic, which is going to be the BANs. And now the question is, what is a BAN? Well, I will show you exactly what a BAN is right now.
I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug, please? Please?
Yes.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of gum.
Shit. All right. So let's see what the first BAN is for the week. Oh yeah, true that. Okay, so look at this right here. I do need a cover artist though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys this this link, and it's pretty interesting. I actually need a cover artist. This is a thread of romance books by black authors you should check out. So this lady, apparently, she's not even black. She also had another link I saw earlier with something like Latino authors you should check out. Look at this shit. Black woman, white man. Pay attention to this name, Jasmine Guillory, because she's going to be in the, she's going to be talking some more, right? And this is what I talk about when I say enemies within. Look at this. Black woman fighting over 2 men. 2 white men. Right? And not everything's going to be like this, white guy and black guy. But see, the cover art is actually pretty good, though. I'm going to have to, get into this. But now this is the black couple. A love-hate thing. If y'all saw Shoot the Breeze yesterday, there was a part of it was... I think they were discussing the Kendrick Lamar video. Kendrick Lamar got a video. I ain't watched the whole thing. I just saw the snippet, right? Well, 2 snippets, right? Kendrick Lamar got a video where first off, the rhymes is whack, and that's coming from me. But anyway, the rhymes is whack. I don't know how this motherfucker, but it is what it is. People say that those in glass houses should have thrown stones, so I can't tell you nothing. But the chorus was something like "F you B, F you N-word, F you B," or something stupid like that. Just F you to the other person. It wasn't even lyrical. It wasn't even musical. It was just F you to the other person. And of course, allegedly toward the end of the video, the 2 of them end up, having sex, I guess. I don't get it. But yeah, this is it. Look at that. Now, of course, not all of these is going to have that sort of vibe to it. Like this one is just a boy and a girl. But then you also see this. First off, like I said, you see Jasmine Guillory. Okay? And then it's like the boyfriend project, right? Which kind of implies, look, I'm going to make the perfect man in a sense, right? Like they don't come good, you know? This one, real men knit, that sounds, I don't even gotta say. Intercepted, just, you know, that's this, you can't really tell from this. White boy, white girl. I'm sorry, white boy, black woman, right? You notice that, all right? Now this one, again, not all of them are gonna be seemingly negative. This is a dude baking for some reason, you know? Nothing wrong with bacon per se, but this is another Jasmine Guillory, pay attention. This is a battered dude. I want y'all to understand this is the thing I want you to say. That's what I think I want you to notice. I write books, right? Or if I wrote one of, I think I wrote one of the best romance vignettes, you know, there is. It's not really moving. I could tell you this right now. It's not really moving. Like people is like, you know what? I don't want to buy Zubiri. You know, every day, you know, you start off the pro-black perspective with that introduction. Koku is telling you, yo, this is the author of the pro-black compendium and Zubiri, right? People ain't trying to look at Zubiri. This right here, this is what people are going to be looking at. Battered black man. Or, you don't even know if he's black, honestly. But, you know, with knowing the context. But, yeah. So, again, you keep going. I just want to show y'all. Because, I mean, the cover artists look nice. The cover art look nice. This one's not bad. Make a scene, you know. This one's not bad. Again, like, so this person, I guess this is... Oh, no, I thought it was the same person. But, you know, again, the cover art's not bad right here, right? Then you get this. And remember, you put this in a list, you know? This one's not bad either. You know, you can't really tell much. It's just be a sister feeling herself or whatever. This is not, okay. You see what I'm saying? So now, see, I don't even know what this is. But followed up with this, I do. You know? Oh, no, I do. Look at that. Another one. These are white boys. Hook shot. A hoops novel. Block shot. Long shot. So this is, yeah. Probably some gay shit, honestly, at this point. All the King's Men, book 2. This guy's Kennedy Ryan does a couple of things. But I couldn't really say what it is. Now, this one looks like a fantasy thing. This one, look at this. This one right here, you see, oh, nice, black couple. Then it comes lesbians and gays. This is another lesbian thing. And I mean, I want you to understand that black people are going to be looking through threads like this, looking through recommendations like this. Big websites are going to be publishing this stuff, pushing this stuff, right? Amazon's going to have these on the top sellers list. They're going to have, 500 reviews. I want you to understand this. You know, the last one wasn't that bad. This one, again, is, whatever, right? This one's not necessarily bad. But look at that. Jasmine Guillory, a prime example of how complex and insightful romances can be. Now, if Jasmine Guillory, like, I don't even know who she is, but if she's co-signing, you already know something's up. This one's just, heavier set woman, but, it is what it is, This is another one of them heavier set women. Sheldon feels good as hell. This is like, like you could already tell from the cover that this is, what is it compare? What is it appealing to is the that market. What is it? The Lizzo market. One True Loves. This is another one of the big girls with white boy, This one doesn't look too bad. One Travel, I think. Oh, One True Loves. Yeah, it looks like somebody's traveling. This one, again, not too bad. Zyla and Kai, not too bad. And then, of course, this one right here. It started with a list. This white boy fits the list, apparently. Oh, no, some white boy actually added this. No, I guess it's a black guy. Oh, gosh. No, I can't tell. Melissa Kimbe. So it's probably a woman with a, yeah. But, yeah, she's like, hey, don't forget to add this. I'm telling you. Now you could obviously look up these books on, your favorite book distributor or whatever, and then see how much they produce. But I want you to understand that regardless of whether or not you say to yourself, hey, I want to read, Oni's literature, or I want to push Oni's literature, whatever you want to say, the literature of your enemies is being pushed. This lady's not even black. She's not even black, but she's producing lists to say, hey, look, black people, this is what you're creating. This is what you want. This is the romance in the books that you should check out by black authors. 52,000 likes. This is a small account, by the way. This is an account of 6,000 people. 52,000 likes, 11,000 retweets. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you forgot the best one. You made a fool of, whatever. Or add in a black sapphic novel, So now we know a word, sapphic. Probably means queer or something. I don't know. Another one, you should see me in a crown. Just add it to the mix, Look at this, some gay shit right here. This is, and I thought this was the gay shit. This is another gay shit right here. Well, I think it is. I don't know. I don't want to click on that shit, But my point is that when I say enemies within, I'm trying to let you know that other people are very active at pushing. Even your own people are very active at pushing some agendas on you, right? And if you don't act against it, if you don't push back, if you don't support your own when they're pushing against it, then you're in trouble. I'm gonna get back into writing. I don't know if y'all saw. I think it was the last post I did where I read one of those short stories in the Pro-Black Compendium. I want you all to really consider getting those, like pushing those books on other people. Because what I want you to understand again is that other people are pushing books on you. Right? Sankara says, we have to get to where we control our narrative. Exactly. And it's facts. We have to get to where we control our narrative because I really want to stress this. Whether or not you produce something, somebody else will. There was this conversation I was having on Twitter, which was pretty interesting, right? Sister was like, hey, that human beings are naturally asexual. Like basically social constructivist argument, which is that, realistically speaking, because I think at some point I put on the conversation, I said, look, realistically speaking, you want to teach gender norms or sexual orientation to young people, all things considered. And they were like, no, realistically, we're asexual, so on and so forth. And I said, look, in the context of, because I'm contextual, so in the context of other people praying or other people with a sexual orientation, you have to inform your children about a sexual orientation, notwithstanding whether it's quote unquote natural or not, whether it's natural, nature or nurture or not. If in the context of other people, of existing in a space where other people are sexualized, right? You have to now sexualize your children. Sexualize in the sense of give them a sexual orientation. Heterosexualize in a sense. So what I have to do is I have to show my son, oh, look, this is a beautiful black woman. Oh, look, gotta get yourself a beautiful black woman too. You understand? I gotta do that to him. Right? Because if I don't do that to him, the reality is this. A white woman could come along. A white man could come along. A black man could come along. And he won't know any different. You understand? You can't, because I'm saying he wouldn't know any different if we go by the social constructivist argument, which is that he wouldn't know to begin with. You understand? You have to realize that everybody is in a culture, and so again, you're gonna have black folk who want to consume books. You're going to have black folk who want to consume books, who are going to say, hey, you know what? I need to read a story. I need to watch a movie. I need to watch a show. I need to stream a show. And so you want to have available to them as much, if not more, than your enemies. But at the moment, what we do is we don't. We don't have nearly as much. We don't even have, we partly don't even have anything. I can't even find a thread like this among our own people. Minus if you want like history books or something, which is not bad. But again, if your people are seeking entertainment, you have to also be providing that entertainment. Let's go to the revolutionary matron. She says, we have to start doing things like this. This is an advertising thread to highlight the information they want pushed. It's not enough to know better. We have to do better. Exactly. How are we going to make more people if we're naturally asexual? That asexual discussion sounds like some population control agenda. Yeah, I mean, look, again, like my thing is this. It really doesn't matter if you are or aren't. That whole nature versus nurture thing is like, look, we exist in social context. We exist in social settings. So it doesn't even matter if you say, hey, you know what, a child in a vacuum would be asexual. Sure, but why would you put a child in a vacuum? That's called neglect. You know? Sankara says, I'm called a racist for the very same perspective. Shaking my head. What's facts? Facts are that's exactly what it is. Oh yeah, he's saying to Matron, that's facts. I'm calling a racist. Yeah, I call a racist for saying the same thing. You know, I mean, look, if somebody calls you a racist, that just means you're saying the right stuff. Honestly, at this point. But anyway, that's a thread on that. Let's just go to the next one. Oh yeah, so this one's about D Webb and Faithful. I said, look, if only D Webb and Faithful were prettier, no homo. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but what I'm gonna say is that there's this. So this woman right here is she's gonna be on the BAN list. No disrespect to her. But she said this thing and everybody jumped on her, so I'm gonna jump on it too. But the thing about her is that she's notably pretty. Erica Lachey, y'all know her. She's gorgeous, right? Like that's her. She's gorgeous. She was one of them like almost pin-up conscious sisters, you know. Every once in a while somebody would tune in. Somebody would share a video of her talking to us. Although now she rocking with FBA, so it is what it is. But you know, you can't take away from her looks. Either way, people hate. So I muted this lady. I should have blocked her, but I didn't. I muted her. People hate capitalist billionaires because exploitation is often in the mix. But everyone's hands are dirty. Just merely using this phone in your hand makes you complicit. All of it is performative. For people who hate capitalism, y'all sure do benefit daily. Right? And so, again, I think there's Lero and Keter are saying, yo, what's wrong with this lady? You know, that's not how it works. That's not how anything works. I think actually it's right here, maybe. Yeah, Keter's here. Keter is going to reply and Lero's obviously going to reply. So you all see I said this account that I muted, you know. Lero says, LOL, these types think they're so profound. If that's the case, then everybody's complicit in everything. Then Keter says, did she just call people consuming monopolized goods and services capitalists? I guess we all control the means of production, have immense power, and dictate finance and armies all. Gosh, so I'm literally just as powerful as the CEO of BlackRock because we both have cell phones. She thinks having money or a final product makes one a capitalist. I don't want to insult her intelligence, but she definitely needs to catch up on her reading. Right? I don't even understand. I think this is like an American Twitter thing where America is kind of just like, I think there's something to do with Jay-Z, you know? People hate capitalist billionaires because exploitation is often the mix. I don't know. It says I muted some. I don't even want to check. But everyone's hands are dirty. Just merely using a cell phone in your hand makes you complicit. Yeah. Again, like I said, you know. But the thing is that she's pretty. So what happens? She has 50,000 followers. Following 25 no less. So I was saying like, yo, if only D Webb and Faithful were pretty black women, right? Because you know what happens? D Webb says it better. You know, and then Faithful says it great too. You know, so this guy's like, what has capitalism ever benefited black people? I'm real life confused, right? And then he says, mofo be tweeting shit like this on a $1,300 iPhone, sitting in an air-conditioned house with a full belly, running water, and a TV in every room. You understand? So I said, man, Blue probably thinks he's Native American because I can see the Native American asking that, you know? Of course, later on he says something. But look at this right here. You can actually tell that the motherfucker was on an iPad. Wait, I didn't know this motherfucker followed me. I shouldn't be cracking up people who follow me. But anyway, Twitter for iPad, you know. So the dude was on iPad, no less, and he's still, what has capitalism done for us, you know? Which is like totally different, but it's the more set like, yeah. So then later on, I think he further engages D Webb. and apparently I have him muted. Is that what I said? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, I did answer your question. The economic system is secondary to oppression. You can be oppressed under any economic system. However, at least under the capitalist system, you have a chance for financial freedom, as many people have done. Name any other system that allows the opportunity, right? And so I think they go into a thing where he's like, no, I'm clear African, maybe. Oh yeah, I think he addresses me because I said he might think he's Native American or some shit, you know. And so he's like, nah, I'm clearly an African. Maybe you are. I don't know why he said I wasn't, but it is what it is. So again, we've been under genocide for centuries under capitalism as a permanent underclass. Can we buy a bunch of useless shit so it's a benefit? He was like, yeah, does genocide only happen under capitalism? I think Stalin. But the difference between D Web and the other lady, besides some, you know, she's pretty, is that, you know, or she's a pretty black woman. He's 780 followers. You understand? And then she's whatever. So then this is I want to show you my man Faithful. He was also talking about this conversation. And so I'll just, you know, just low key highlight info at this point. So make sure you guys follow these brothers. He says it's possible to celebrate capitalists all day while not celebrating capitalism. It's possible to celebrate musicians who compromise within the music business without celebrating the music business. Only a fool sits on his hands rather than working to improve his lot in life. Man must be practical. Man must be resourceful. Man lives in time and space, not in theory. It's like nonviolence. That's a theory that we aspire to, but in the face of savages, carry a gun. I'd rather not waste money on guns and ammunition, but I'm not going out like a sucker. Now, you see what he says about in the face of savages? Like I said, if you exist in a context, you have to then act contextual. You know? Ideally, I do not want... all right, whatever. Let's just say. Let's pretend. Ideally, I don't want to shoot a person in the chest. Right? Let's pretend, right? But in context, you have to. In some contexts, you have to. You know? Now, normally, you don't want to just... You know, you might not want to just shoot some random stranger in the chest. You know, in fact, I heard of this one dude. He said it was his birthday, so he wanted to shoot somebody, and he went out on his birthday and he shot somebody. Stranger, right? To me, that was awful. Arbitrary violence is not. It's not my deal, right? You know, oh, my birthday, so now I want to shoot somebody. That's not my kicker. But again, you know, the fact that there's somebody out there who was like, hey, you know what? I want to just shoot somebody in the chest, just on principle, just on the fact that it's Wednesday, right? That means that you have to protect yourself. And that's a really important thing. Now, of course, he's going to, you know, Arthur George's going to go into religion. He's going to go on a religion, so, you know, it is what it is. But let's see what the comments are like before we continue. Sankara says he loves her. Yeah, she rocks with Tariq. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't mess with nobody rock with Tariq. Mess with Tariq. Brother Bakari says, what's up? Sankara says MLK even relegated capitalism, slavery, period. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, you know. So I think what these gentlemen are saying. Oh, and Arthur George has, let's see how many followers he has. 945. You know. So he says it's abhorrent that a man should have to fear his fellow man and be at ready to defend himself. But hell, so much of life is abhorrent. Black African Twitter is a weird place. Man is strange. The conflicts we are so readily drawn into that do nothing for our lives. So many opportunities pass us by, opportunities for unity, and then, but then, what would be the basis of our unity? Character, uber alles. Race is not a sufficient unifier. Nationality, class, gender, none of these have stood the test. Men who have a fidelity to the truth of Creator. This is a bit of a reach. Common history, common interest, common destination. I suppose these are the basis of unity. I'm still young. Perhaps if I'm honest, perhaps if I strive, I will find the truth. I regret so much of my confrontational ways. They bear fruit. Now, of course, this reads like a confession, but, you know, it's also like not engaged. It's not engaged. So make sure you guys see, like this, like I said, like, you know, what is it? What is it there? What is there? And this was the other one that a brother said before we go into the next one, which is, I can completely understand someone saying, and this is actually pretty important. We have to like really, like, this is deep, but we don't even, like, this is not how we're thinking generally. So what we do is we, you know, oh, you guys hate capitalist billionaires, but at the same time, you got, you know, you're basically controlling the you know, whatever, you know, you're consuming, you know, you have a phone. It's like, what? Whereas this brother's like, look, man, I can completely understand someone saying capitalism is all I know, and I'm not hoping for anything better in the future. So I'm going to try to get to the head of the line. That's honesty and that's integrity. I can completely understand someone saying my life turned out pretty fucking well within this system of capitalism. That's honesty and that's integrity. I can completely understand someone saying I'm fighting for so many other things. The last thing I'm going to do is try and fight against capitalism. That's honesty. That's integrity. You know, the reality is this, that you're going to go into people who are going to say, you know what, the status quo works for me. You know? And that's it. And the issue is that like realistically, I can tell you this, guys. So there's this back in the days there was this before this day and age, there was this group of the socialists that we know of today, the quote unquote Marxists. They were opposed to the liberals. Okay, the liberals were about reforming capitalism, essentially just making people's lives that much better in the status quo. Okay, now when you make people's lives that much better in the status quo, what happens is that they no longer want to fight you. Okay, they no longer want to challenge the status quo. So the Marxist Leninists, they are really about, hey, you know what, do not reform, revolt. Okay, do not reform, revolt. But the reality is this, that people would prefer to choose to reform. Okay, people would prefer to choose to reform. And the revolt talk that the Marxists were talking about, particularly in regards to the UK, never happened. It never succeeded. Now, did it succeed in Russia? Yes. Did it succeed in China? Yes. Did it succeed in Cuba? Yes. But did it succeed in the industrialized West where it was supposed to? No. And that's really what it comes down to. You're in an industrialized Western nation. The citizens, the nation is really geared toward, kind of this mentality, which is, you know what, the status quo is working for me. And that's fine. Now, we want to vilify that, but is it really something to vilify if that is what the human conditioning leads to? Now, you do want to challenge it if you so desire, but you're fighting an uphill battle. Just understand that. You're fighting a battle that Marx himself couldn't have won or didn't win. Marx is from 1860 or something like that, and he's predicting this imminent communist revolution in England. He's like, England is ripe. England is the right area. This is the battleground. This is the vanguard. This is the transformation of the world. This is what he's actively working on for 50 years of his life. Who knows? And nothing comes from it. England is not the seed of socialism, in the least. In the least. So let's see what the comments are like. Okay, just so everybody's greeting. Real Black Gentleman's here. Tanzan is here. So that's it. Let's see. Let's go to the next one then. So I think that was interesting. Like I said, these are interestingly deeper thoughts, but they're also not as popular. Now, obviously, they might not have the same publicity as Erica Lachey. We've all been seeing Erica Lachey for like 5-6 years. You know what I mean? Like, that lady used to have a video every once in a while, and she was gorgeous to look at. You know what I mean? That's another thing too. Arthur George never has a shirt on, by the way, which I don't know if that works in his favor. I just wanted his brother to drop a comment. Anyway, that's pretty much it. We're gonna go to the ABAs now, but that's pretty much it. Y'all dancing now?
I can't make you love me if you don't. You can make your heart feel something is wrong. Wait, no, don't call me. Don't call me an African. I'm American. I'm an Indian. Shit, you call me slave. You call me no damn African. No, I'm even blood African.
I'm anything but an African. Yeah, I play that thing so much. I don't know if my son would say that shit. You know, when I was playing it originally, my son would start beatboxing. It'd be all. All right, let me. Whose birthday? What does this even mean? Whose birthday? Whose birthday? Let's see. I can't make you love me. Oh yeah. ABA. So this is the motherfucking Christian. This is a church in my country. Here we have a church officer demanding $500 stuffed envelopes from each member for the pastor's birthday. Like what?
Third Sunday would be on his birthday. So we have said this before. Can y'all hear me? Praise God. We have asking everyone to bring in their envelopes on the envelope with the $500 for pastor. If you do not have an envelope, raise your hand so that an usher can get you the envelope, please. We are asking persons to bring $500 for pastor, and we are going to make the presentation for his birthday. Yes, $500 may sound like a lot of money. September. So the third Sunday would be.
All right, yeah. So, shit, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I was like, how much is $500 there? You know, I had to ask. So I was like, you know, because in Jamaica, $500 is like $5. You know what I mean? You know, so I don't know. I don't even know what country this is, honestly. So the brother says he's not from Jamaica. $500 is like $185, which is not as much as $500, but it's still $500 fucking dollars. You know, apparently it's, you know, it's like basically asking every member in the congregation to just give $200 for the pastor's birthday. Anything but African. Okay, anything but African. You know, and the thing is, it's like, it's not even like, and that's the thing about it. It's like, it's this dude's birthday. Like, how important is that? Honestly. And it's like, what are you even talking about at this point? You get a bunch of people into a room and you pretend like you're trying to usher them into, prepare them for an afterlife of eternal happiness, which doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm sorry, guys. It doesn't make any sense. But notwithstanding, that's the context in which you're gathering these people, right? And then what you transform it into is this social club where people are just begging for money for no real reason. Okay? Give me $500 fucking dollars. We all gathered here. I know I know I said I was gonna put your spirit and put your soul into you know, into eternal happiness, you know? I know I said that I would put your soul into an eternal resting place where you are blissful and happy for eternity, right? Which you know, I know that doesn't make any sense, but trust me, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. Now, while you're here, give me your money. I have a birthday. I want to get something nice for myself. So give me your money. This is what's happening in the African community. You know? Revolutionary Mansion says we need prettier spokespeople. Well, I mean, that's why I'm here. Anyway. Brother Bakari says, don't call me Afrim, a proud black American patriot. Kofi says it seems like Grenada. Tyler's here. Tyler says peace. Revolutionary Major says they are asking for money to enrich the pastor, not to enrich the community. We have to get past the idea that I can't have it, but my pastor can. They are practicing group economics to their decay. Exactly. Like, you know, it's so stupid. It's like, first off, who in the freak spends $20 on anybody's birthday, let alone collecting from a group to spend $20 on somebody's birthday? I mean, who is this man? Who is this man? And it's not like you don't already pay tithes. So you already pay 10%. So on top of paying 10%, you're also supposed to chip in and buy this motherfucker, a grown-ass man, something for his birthday. And it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly understandable. It's perfectly normalized in the black community. And I mean, look, maybe I should, you know, mind my damn business. You know what I mean? It's their money. They can do whatever they want. That's fine. You know, I can show you guys. Matter of fact, I got me a mobile. You know, I got me some stuff. You know, or like I'm traveling to Africa. It's a lot of money. You know what I mean? You know, it's my money. But still, you understand? This is, if you want, I could borrow a word for I was heard today. You know, this is an institution. The church is an institution that was put into our communities, and it's being used to siphon wealth for for one person's enrichment, one person's enjoyment, one person's materialism, and nothing is being developed. Malcolm X has a quote. I like the quote. Malcolm X has a quote. He said, tithes and hand offerings. And Tyler said, belief in the afterlife is insane. It's insane. It's insane. It's an unconfirmed after. I mean, look, it's insane at this point. It's insane. Look, even if you believed in afterlife, it's insane for somebody to stand in front of you and say, give me some damn money because I'm helping you there. You know? Because and then there's no evidence whatsoever that this person's helping you there. And there's no correlation between their getting money from you and their assistance for you. So in essence, you're really, like, realistically speaking, this person's in your life for no damn reason except for the fact that you were colonized by Christians at one point. And you just kept on that habit. This person's in your life for no damn reason except for the fact that you were colonized. And then, so I think I read this before on the line, but I have to just I probably just have to keep going back to it. Malcolm X says, look, so the white man, knowing that here in America, all the Negro has done, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. All you and I have done is build churches and let the white man build factories. You and I build churches and let the white man build schools. You and I build churches and let the white man build up everything for himself. Then after you build a church, you have to go and beg the white man for a job and beg the white man for some education. Am I right or wrong? Do you see what I mean? It's too bad, but it's true. What happens is that this white man, what happens is that this is not even America. This example is not America. This example is, you know, according to Kofi, sounds like it could be, what do you say? Grenada, right? Notwithstanding that, same thing. Do we? I mean, of course, you know, I respect Grenada a lot. You know, I respect Grenada more. But notwithstanding that, the same sort of church system, the same sort of indoctrination, the same sort of confusion was set upon us, where we say, look, let's build a church. And then when we now have money to collectively engage in some sort of industry, some sort of schooling, some sort of what have you, we're still saying, hey, let me give this guy because he has a birthday coming up. And nobody thinks there's something wrong with that. KW Down 7 KW Down 7 came into the chat. Real Black Gentleman says a tithe is 10th and offering is anything beyond that. Yup. Sankara says, I would argue that we didn't even build the churches. A lot of times we don't. You know, sometimes we do, obviously, but a lot of times we don't. Like one of the issues is that we still do not have the factories. We still do not have the schools. And here's the shame of it all. This is not me saying it. I mean, if I said it, it's shameful. It's the fact that Malcolm X is saying it. So that means that if Malcolm X died in the 1960s, right, in the 1960s, and we're in 2022, okay, then I shouldn't be like, you know, a lot could happen in 2-3 generations. 2-3 generations of Africans passed through after this man said this. And then if we say, hey, you know, I could see the same thing. Oh, I know what you're talking about. 2-3 generations afterwards, that means that 2-3 generations of us didn't do enough. And by generations, I'm talking about, at this point, millions of people. Like, you're talking about, if there's 40 million Africans right now, you're talking about maybe 100 million Africans. In America, at least. If you're talking about around the world, you're talking about it could be 2 billion people who haven't done enough. And so, of course, now we have to question, what are we to do? How can we change this? Now, of course, I could tell you guys I'm having a birthday soon, so you could say, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might as well. Shit. Anyway, I'm just fucking with y'all. And this is right here, Stacy Dashed. For a second I was out like a pastor, so I might as well have, tried. I tried. All right, this is Stacy Dashed. So I blocked this motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you. I cannot. So I blocked this motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you guys. But y'all know damn well I can't play this audio. So this is the Michael Jackson. It don't matter if you're black or white. All right. So I'm not gonna play the audio, but basically this is Stacey Dash. This is Stacey Dash now. So that was Stacey Dash then. This is Stacey Dash now. This is Stacey Dash then. Okay. I'm gonna tell you look like that lady, the other lady. Stacey Dash again, right? Which is not, it's not bad. Stacey Dash again. It's not, it's not bad. You know what I mean? Stacey Dash again, not bad. Okay? Stacey Dash now. That's bad. Okay? What in the Clorox is going on with Stacey Dash? That's the question. That's it. That's the question. That's it. Again, you got enemies within. I want you to understand that there's enemies within. There are people who are doing this to themselves, who are pushing this sort of beauty standard, this sort of hatred. Although I'm going to give props to Chinwezu, who was like, you know what? Because I think the Michael Jackson song was on purpose, but he gave props to, he's like, look, man, the thing I like about Michael Jackson is that other people leave this internal. But people like Michael Jackson, people like Stacey Dash, they show it to you. That, look, I'm really about that white life. I'm really about white folk. And I mean, in that sense, it's better. It's better. Now, you ruin your looks. You look ghastly. You look horrible. But you know what? If that's what makes you happy, at least now I know. Sankofa says she looked like Steven Tyler. Yeah, she looked like Mick Jagger or something. No, not Mick Jagger. Who's the guy? Is that Steven Tyler, the guy who's walk this way? Aerosmith or something. Look like motherfucking Aerosmith. So why? Kobe asked why they do Michael like that? Because Michael bleached. Like, Michael did not have to bleach. I know people think that he did. He didn't have to. Like, the dude got a nose job, straightened his hair, bleached his skin. Like, at some point we got to stop making excuses, talking about, oh well, he had a skin condition. Yeah, but why he didn't straighten his nose? Why did he why did he straighten his nose? Why did he straighten his hair? Like none of that made no sense. Like, if you had because I see people with vitiligo all the time. No, not all the time, but I see people with it, and it's like they don't straighten their hair. Dudes, no less, don't straighten their hair and narrow their noses. At some point we can't make excuses for the dude. Or at least that's what I was getting from Chinwezu. Cause he was an alright brother. No homo. He was alright. I don't know. Kid on 7 says Creflo has already admitted that the tithe is not supported biblically. Yeah, I mean, look, tithe is an important system. Taxing people is an important system. It's just a question of, are you being taxed in order, like, for what? What are you being taxed for? Like America taxes me so that I could use their roads and I could, retrieve their services when I need their services, and the ambulance will come for me, or whatever, right? That makes sense. Why the church taxing me? Evolutionary Matrix says they don't remind members to get life insurance for themselves or create jobs or showing people how to do business in any way. They are feel-good therapy for the enslaved people. Yeah. Oh man, don't worry, don't know. You might be suffering, but Jesus had suffered too. Jesus, Jesus had suffered too, and so your suffering is nothing. You will have eternal life in the future. You will have eternal life in the future. Just give me some money. Give me some money and I'll guarantee you a ticket on the crossroads to... I could have made a fucking pastor, don't it? I mean, I'm too fucking real. I can't do it, but I can't, yo, shit, you'll never know. You know what I'm saying? Shit, don't leave your congregation around me. True pastor for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fucking with y'all. All right. Tanzan says, if only the church would use the money to help their people instead of enriching their own pockets. You ain't got no damn reason to. See, when the people are so... Like, if I did that routine just now, and people actually bought it and people actually paid for it, you think I'm going to give them some motherfucking money back? No, you a fucking idiot. If you see me clowning, talking about some bullshit that I cannot really conclusively say, and then you giving me money for it, you think I'm going to give you back the money? No, you paying for entertainment. The thing about this, remember you go to church, you got to realize, see, I don't go to church. I ain't been to church in a minute. But you got to realize, especially black churches, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. There's singing. There's dancing. There's performances. There's, I'm in tongues. There's all that. So just like when you go to the Beyonce show, you pay a ticket. You pay your fare. You say how much it costs to see Beyonce up live, right? You got the funniest man, a well-read, funny man. Not me, but could be, right? Well-read, funny man talking in front of you, and you saying to yourself, well, I'm gonna pay my fare, and that's fine. That makes sense. That's a lot of the conscious circuit, and no cap. I wouldn't mind if somebody said, you know what, Oni, I like that performance you did earlier. I like that presentation you did earlier. Here's some money. I wouldn't mind, but the idea that I would give the money back, if you pay me to entertain you, I'm not gonna give you the money back. I'm gonna enrich myself. I'm gonna put it in my pockets. Period. If you pay me to entertain you, you know what I'm saying? That's what it meant. That's if you compensated somebody for labor, then they're gonna put it in their pockets. Period. You understand? Now, of course, if this person has, I lost a like, so I'm gonna correct this thing. I'm doing it for likes now. I'm joking. But really, realistically speaking, though, if a person is doing something, is trying to organize a community, that's a different thing. But these people are not trying to organize the community. You understand? These pastors are not trying to do it. Not trying to organize the community. They're trying to get some money for themselves. And that's a lot of conscious folk. A lot of conscious folk are just trying to get the money for themselves, get the bag. Some people have more noble intentions, but it really becomes, what is the relationship that you establish with this person? The relationship that you establish with the pastor is that he will entertain you. He will give you an entertainment. He will give you entertainment for 3 hours on a Sunday. That's it. You really have no other relationship with this person. He will give you entertainment and he will interpret some of this Bible to you. That's it. You understand? Now, if you have a different relationship with somebody, for instance, if you like I said, if you made a real conscious brother or sister, he's going to say, hey, look, you're in my organization. I'm going to give you a fucking job to do. Okay? You need to hand out these flyers over here, or you need to fucking make these t-shirts, or you need to so on and so forth. That's different. But that's not exactly the, like, again, when we talk about organizing as black people, right? We're talking about something completely different than what we're being exposed to online. I want you to know that. When we talk about organizing as black people, we're talking about something completely different from what we're being exposed to online. Because even this, this is something that's good. When we sitting down and we listening to Oni speak, that's good. That's nice. I'm not complaining, right? I encourage it. But what I want to say is this: if you knew Nyere, if you knew him during his heyday, right? He might have a few words to say with you, but then he's going to give you an assignment. He's going to tell you, look, okay, if you're a member of this political party, right? Now you need to go out and get other people engaged in this political party too. Let's increase our membership. Let's increase our voter registration. Let's increase our votes. You know, I'll tell you guys about this interesting experience I had a few days before this last election. Okay, I don't know white people. Okay, I don't know white people. But this white girl shows up at my door. Right, I'm confused. Maybe she's lost or something. I open the door, and she goes, "Are you Oni?" And I'm like, "Shit." Like, how the fuck you know who I am, right? I'm like, shit. You look around for the next whatever. I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm Oni. What's up? And she goes, well, I have this black politician running. She don't say black politician, but she says there's this politician running for, I think it was like state senator or something, right? This politician running for state senator, and so there's an election tomorrow, or there's whatever, right? And I want you to, this is the candidate. He's the socialist candidate, and he fits with working class people. Blah 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 blah. Right? Blah blah blah. And it's like, that's the difference. See. When you're in an organization, you get an assignment, and I'm like, hey, what organization you're a part of? Because I'm not into white people. But the thing that when you watch enough media, you can tell the difference between a fugly white person and a person who's decent looking as a white person. Like, for instance, looking at Stacey Dash, she's not a decent looking white person. She's actually a fugly looking white person, right? But this lady wasn't necessarily indecent looking, right? For a white person. Wasn't my cup of tea, obviously, but like, I could see how maybe in her own circles, she could have organized and been probably not on the level of Erica, but Erica Lachey, but obviously she could have been, she wouldn't be plumper, either way. Why I say this is that, the socialists are using, they're out there organizing, letting their people canvass, letting their people go door to door and say, hey, you know what? This is the politician. I want us to win this political seat. I want this, so on and so forth. That's the work that this political party was requiring of its membership. Okay? That's the work that this political party was requiring of its membership, to the point where they had the voting list. I'm not going to hold y'all. The voting list where they're like, oh, I can find where this motherfucker only lives and all that shit. Off that. And engage him over this candidate that, and the thing I learned was that this lady wasn't even from this neighborhood. She wasn't even, she couldn't even vote for this dude. Cause it wasn't even her politician. She was just she was just on the, they paid her or whatever. I don't know what it was, but she was on this dude's, maybe not his payroll, but maybe his payroll. That's what organizing is. And if you have an industrial organization, it might be that you are participating in their business, like you could call it a corporation, whatever it is you want to call it. But that's what organizing is. I say all this, I don't remember why, but it's probably to do with the fact that these churches, they're not doing it, and the conscious movement is not doing that either. They're not requiring you to do anything. They're not demanding you do anything, and that's a difference. And so, of course, what I want to stress and want to emphasize is that, you gotta also be a part of an organization. If you aren't, you gotta be a part of an organization, because unfortunately, even my broadcast, which is very informative, of course, is going to become entertainment. You know what I mean? If I can't tell you what to do. You understand? So you got to get into a hierarchical structure where somebody can tell you what to do. Because if nobody's telling you what to do, then you can't work with other people. You understand? If nobody's telling you what to do, you ain't working with nobody. Unless you telling people what to do. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go back to it. But that's the thing with the church too. The church is the same thing. People are paying for entertainment. And I think it was Wilson who said that, a lot of us kind of come from the church, and then it forms the conscious community kind of has that same thing. And I don't know if it's really the church conscious community linkage as much as the reality that there's a difference between organizing and lecturing. You understand? And lectures at some point become entertainment. If you're not going to be certified. If only the church would use money to, yeah. So that's another thing. So Kofi says, why they do Michael like that? And that's the thing. Shaking my head. He mixed. He part Indian. Michael was part Indian. I don't know. I don't know. Brother Bakari says, F Michael Jackson. He hated being black. I'm a proud black African that never spent money on nothing Michael Jackson ever did. Sure enough. Sankara says, LOL. Revolutionary Matrix says, white people will volunteer their time to disrupt the community. Churches receive all your talents for no money. Yeah, they got. You pay them. You pay the church. That's the kicker. Tan says, we definitely need to get better organized. Parties provide purpose and designate tasks for their members instead of a one-man operation. Yeah, I mean that's the truth too. Like unfortunately, a lot of us are uninvolved in the organizational process, and that's going to cost us 9 times out of 10. Let's go to the next one. Oh yeah, one reason to keep the Christians around. So as much as you might dog the Christians, right? One thing you like about the Christians is that they don't like Muslims. The Christians and the Muslims just hate each other. So this is one reason to keep the Christians around. So Munkali Ahmadu says he killed his old parents because they blasphemed Prophet Muhammad. He says he has no regrets. Munkaila was the only one who witnessed the blasphemy, so he was the witness, the judge, and the prosecutor. For those who defended killings of Deborah, know that you could be next. I killed my parents over blasphemous comments against Muhammad. There you go. Yeah. As much as you don't like the Christians, one thing I can say about the Christians is that they don't like the Muslims. They don't like them. You know what I'm saying? The Muslims don't like the Christians neither, so, let them motherfuckers fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, let those motherfuckers fight, because they're going, I'll tell you, man, you can casually have a conversation with a Christian, then they're going to be like, you know what, those Muslims motherfucking dirty. You're like, what? Because you ain't really a fan of neither. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't even dogging neither. You just like, yeah, I'm not really a fan of religion. They're like, no, but hold on a second. You gotta know. These Muslims are dirty. And you're like, oh, okay. Like, one of the reasons why I don't want y'all around is because y'all always fighting, but okay. It's because you gotta fight. They're there, So, that's shit. You understand? Dude killed his own damn parents, man. You better watch out. Your son come home one day talking about, oh, I'm Muslim. You better watch out, You gotta know the phrases to use. You gotta be like I don't even know the words. I'm not even gonna pretend to know the phrases, but you already know. You gotta when they say what salami and bacon, you gotta say bacon and salami. You know what I'm saying? you gotta do it. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of Christians right now listening like, oh, you gonna get in trouble for that one. All right. Anyway, so that's it, fam. It's not even that important. You already know this. The end is within. You already know. It ain't even a question. Man killing his own damn parents. But that's why I put this into anybody but African. Because see, the thing is this: the Christians think they're different from this. They're the same. They might not get away with killing their parents and their own in like America, right? They might not get away with it. But the thing is this: if you actually pay attention to African history and when Christianity came to Africa, the one of the first Christians, I think it was like, I can't remember his name, but he was like in the Congo or something. Or one of the first West African Christians, let's say it that way, right? He kills his fucking brother. Okay? Now you might be like, oh, that's not his father. Okay. I was like, okay. So yeah, this is obviously the end is within. You already know. So let's check out the manginas. Let's see what this is. Okay, so I want to say this one's off subject, but why the dinosaur? A little bit off subject. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but like for real, why this fucking dinosaur? Look at this shit. And this me just it's really off subject, but look at this. So this goes back to the header question, which was, is a father not being there really that bad? Is he not being there all that bad? Revolutionary says, I self-lord and master. This guy gets is he was witness, judge, jury, and executioner. We can learn that we are our own authority from this guy. Well, I mean, he killed his parents, so I don't know. That's a little bit too much for me. But Spittin' Moorish knows what I self-lord and master. Chillin' Poa. All right. So yeah, let's go back to this guy. He says it's a video of a father getting on a school bus, threatening a little girl that his daughter got in a fight with. Other kids on the bus saying his daughter hit the girl first. That little girl about to be short a father. Yeah.
You shouldn't have touched me yesterday. I didn't touch her. I'm gonna flip this whole bus. Everybody on it. And I mean that. They go for everybody on here. Touch my daughter again. And I'm gonna flip this whole bus. I'm not playing. You don't let nobody touch my kids, bro. I'm not playing, bro. All that bully shit. All that big bully shit.
So what's interesting is that his daughter, obviously from this man's aggression, is the aggressor. Okay? So she's gonna actually try to fight the girl in front of like right here. She's gonna try to fight the girl. And the irony is that the father's yelling at the other girl, do not touch my daughter, notwithstanding if she does attack you. Which is just like, come on. Like even me, like as a father, like I'm not necessarily saying I want somebody to attack my son, but I would say, yeah. I mean, not that I want somebody to like beat the shit out of him, but I'd be like, yeah, I do want somebody to like, I wouldn't mind if somebody rough up my son a little. Yeah. I wouldn't mind. Because it's like, that's an important lesson too. If you have a friendly combat, a friendly assertion of who is the bigger party, then you have room for growth. What he's doing right now is stunting his daughter to a large extent and saying, hey, look, and not just that, he's also encouraging her to just be an awful person. On top of him just being an awful person himself.
What's that going on? I'm not playing. You gotta get your mama, your daddy, and let me say no.
Yeah, so this is the dinosaur I was talking about. Like, what's with this motherfucker? Like, she has like no arms.
Let me say no. My kids don't put their hands on me. You ain't get fucked in. I didn't know that was a bad man. Fuck you.
And the bus driver's not like, get off the bus. Oh yeah, there's a second video.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this one time. Bitch, you touch my daughter.
That's the daughter.
Bitch, you touch my daughter again. You gonna have to get your mama, your daddy, your uncle, and
Get this kid out. You scared, huh?
I go from love.
Like the dude that the homies don't daughter back. Touch my daughter again. Yeah, anyway. So that's the shit. And you gotta understand, that's what I'm saying. That's why I want you to understand too. Like, this is reality. I want you to understand when I say who are the enemies within, this is reality. In an imaginary sense. You say, oh yeah, you know what? Black fathers are the beacons of character. They create for our sons a sense of moral well-being, and they create for our daughters the strength, the backbone of so on and so forth. And the reality is this, some of these motherfuckers are stupid. And what was the dinosaur about? I don't know. I'll just mess with y'all. I can't make fun of somebody for a thing. I just fucking up. Let's see. Let's see. Tanzan says the only part I agree with the religious is their stance on the alternative lifestyle, and even that's waning. What do you mean that's waning? Anyway, because says knowledge. What is going? Real Black Journalist says what is going on. Brother Bakari asks, Revolutionary Matron if she's a Moorish American. Revolutionary Matron says no, LOL. But to organize our people, I will go spooked out. You know the game, but Whole Life Church needs members, and many of our people need something to believe in. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Kari says, Oni, I built a great reputation for myself by beating up little children. I will rough your son up for you, LOL. You know what I'm saying? Like now, I mean, like, you know, somebody who's too good at beating up children, I don't know. I mean, I want a fair fight. You know what I'm saying? Not a fair. I mean, I would like my son to lose a fair fight. I think he knows he'll lose a grown man fight. I don't know too many. I don't know too many men that can't beat a 7-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like my issue with my son is that I one time asked him to punch my hand, and he punched like It was embarrassing. Like, anyway, was the grown man threatening to fight little girls? Yeah, he was trying to fight little girls. Tanzan says adults behaving like children. Kofi says it seems like a Boondocks episode. Tanzan says, LOL, I fight children and I usually win. I don't. Just kidding. Yeah, Tanzan, I know you don't win. We know you. We knew you didn't win the fights against children. We knew you were just kidding. Anyway, yeah. So that's the mangina. Just like, hey, look, touch my daughter again and I will beat your ass. I will beat you up if you touch my daughter. And then his daughter, and it's not like he's like, hey, daughter, I got you. Don't worry. They won't hit you anymore. He's like, daughter, go and attack that girl. And if she hits you back, I will beat her for you. I will jump into the fight. Which is, again, like, I don't mind I don't mind my son losing a fair fight. Or the idea, could you imagine a grown-ass man beating on your son or your daughter because his daughter attacked your daughter unprovoked? So she's defending, your child defends herself against another person her size, and then a person much bigger than her attacks her for it. It's you know, this is the reality of our situation. This is the reality of the world, is that you have these sort of people in your community. You have these sort of people in your community. But it is what it is. Let's go on to the next subject. These are the pass-me's. Now, never trust a big button to smile. Now, this one's actually, a lot of even the common folk were like, come on. Like, everybody recognized this was a pass-me. Now, you can't tell she got a big butt, but she does have, I should have said never trust big button to smile. Oh, I don't know if I can play this song, honestly. Well, let me see. All right, you guys know the song. Basically, you just do this silly dance with some context. It says, girlfriend that wears whatever she wants. And then, look at this shit. Boyfriend that can fight. Now, people are like, look at his wrists. Look at his arms. This is not a gentleman. Like, this is a woman who will get this motherfucker killed, man. like, this is a gentleman who will get... And I'm not saying that people are, like, fighting. Because it's like one thing... All right, here's the thing. Nobody's really attacking dudes because their girlfriend is underdressed, right? But because she has that mindset that, oh... I'm underdressed, but it's okay because my boyfriend can fight. You already know, you know? Because, I mean, like, first off, the first thought you got when you looked at this dude was, this dude can't handle all that. You know? It's embarrassing, you know? Like you know, she's all right, you know? And then this scrawny, oh, man, like, okay. Because the thing is, this is like, nobody was really going to fight the dude over this. But now he got a whole video talking about he could fight. Oh, man. Like, in Brooklyn, that's not a thing. Like, in Brooklyn, you don't do that. Like I said, one time in Brooklyn, I was walking. I came from the gym. You know, this dude thought I couldn't bench press, so I'll mention that. I was, you know, bench pressing at the gym. Well, not the gym, like the school gym or whatever, right? Because I used to take weightlifting in high school. I didn't do the sports. I did the weightlifting, right? So, I was feeling swole. Walked out with my muscle shirt, okay? My white tee. Some random thug, gangbang, was like, oh, you think you big? I'll kill you right now. I don't even know who the fuck this guy is. Don't even know who he is. Perfect stranger. just says, look, you walking around flexing your arms, you're not that big, I will kill you. I will shoot you in these streets right here in Brooklyn. I don't even know, like, what? Like what? It's generally like in Brooklyn, you don't even say you can fight. Because once you say you can fight, some motherfucking lunatic somewhere is like, oh, you think you can fight? You think you big? I will shoot you. Or, they could fight you better. Whatever. But, like, realistically, if I was this scrawny, I probably wouldn't, go online dancing and talking about, oh, look, I can fight. Let alone dancing about it, Maybe if I was throwing a couple of punches. But, here's another thing, too. I know this one guy who was a fighter in Brooklyn, and he saw this one dude walking by, and he was like, just judge, like, look at the guy's posture, and you could tell, like, just his wingspan, his shoulder span, you could tell, like, this is not a gentleman. I mean, look, looks could be deceiving, but, I highly doubt it. Brother Bakari says, where's the link? Where's the link for what? You want the link for this dancing thing? Bro, what? All right. Tyler Solomon says, black people need their own offensive and defensive security apparatus. And then Tanzan says, boyfriend cannot fight. Boyfriend will get beaten up. And it's like, reality is that I don't know anybody who's beating people up or anybody who's going to fights because your girl got her tits out. Like, that's not a thing. I mean, all the time you see a brother with a beautiful woman, you like, yes, man, yes, brother, you doing it, So I don't know, I don't know what this is even about, but like, you already know she's a pass me. This is the reason why she's in a pass me, because she's of the mentality that, hey, you know what? I want my boyfriend to pick fights. And the trouble with that mentality is that will get a motherfucker killed. There was actually this little comedy skit that these people in I guess they're in England, they did, where these guys are sitting on a corner and they're like, yeah, girl, you look fine. And like she's in a relationship with a man, and they're walking, and he's just like, let's just keep walking. Ain't nothing there to do. And then she goes, you heard that? Defend me, and it's like, what? Why the fuck am I defending you? It's like 5 people, it's like 6 people. I can't fight 6 people. Even if I can fight, I can't fight 6 people. But it is what it is. This is how a lot of those rappers end up dead like this. Just FYI. But that's another pass me. You see a woman like that, pass me. This is the really important pass me. And then a part of this is me kind of low key being a comedian. But I noticed this. Look at this right here. If you don't notice the different water brands taste difference, you don't drink enough water. I want y'all to realize this is a pass me. Okay? Now this might be a little bit comedic, I know, but this is a pass me. I want you to realize. I mean, this probably should not too extreme for enemies within, but I want you to understand that when you meet a woman and you like, here's a cup of water, and she's like, oh, I can't drink filtered water. I can't drink this. I can only drink distilled water. Or something like that, right? Just leave her alone. I had myself a handful of relationships, and when I say that the woman can't drink filtered water, she can only drink distilled water. That's something that I tolerated. That woman was psychotic. Okay, she was psychotic. Now, of course, I mean, I'll tell you that she did have She had a body, okay. But notwithstanding that, I want you to understand that when people are picky about water, not to say that just drinking straight tap water. I wouldn't necessarily just drink straight tap water either. Not that there's anything wrong with drinking tap water, but I wouldn't necessarily do that myself. I would at least have a filtered water. But when somebody is like, look, man, I can't drink Poland Spring. I can only drink Evian, or I can't drink so on and so forth. And we talking about, to the limit. Obviously, there's some water bottles that are just tap water, so it's whatever. Either way, and again, like nothing really. I mean, I'm in New York, so the tap water is not really that bad. Notwithstanding that, what I want to say is that you got people like this who are like, I just can't drink any water but this certain brand or whatever, right? Just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Just say, oh, okay, and just go about your life. Okay, it's this is just me. Just sometimes I gotta share a game. these are the kind of comments, because let's see, she's not bad looking, obviously. I mean, she's all right, right? And she's okay. She's not bad looking. Let's see. I mean, she's not great looking, but you know, whatever. I mean, look, like I'm trying to say, like I said, like this is clearly a ghetto. No disrespect to the ghetto, no disrespect to the ratchet, but again, this is not a like this is like, it's not worth it, guys. It's really not worth, like the smoking, the all the booty pictures, the straightened hair, like there's so many red flags. Like you should know from jump, but once she's like, I'm also picky with this water, like just forget. Like it's like you should have already peeped game. You should have already peeped game. I'm just giving you more advanced game. Even when a woman says, I can only drink a certain type of water, right? That's already a red flag. Okay? That's already a red flag. I want you to understand that too. I want you to understand that too. Tanzan. See, I told you, red flag Tanzan. Dasani is terrible. I just told you. No, I'm joking. I just messed with Tanzan. Tanzan's good people. You already know. Tanzan says Oni doesn't like company. He doesn't like talking to people. He doesn't like talking to people. Wait, what are we referencing? I don't even remember. You said where the link? You talking about the link to beat my son up? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, the link to join the chat. Oh, okay, yeah. So I see what you're saying. Nah, I usually just rush through. I'm not using StreamYard. That's why I'm using OBS Studio, so it doesn't have any link to get onto it. Brother Bakari says, I agree. I teach black women to use weapons. There's to Tyler. There's not enough black men that want to even purchase guns. That's my experience. Yeah, that's true. So how you drink tap water in white folks' country? Kofi said, how you drink water? That's what I say. I would drink filtered, Tanzan says, Only you would pass a pretty woman because she made a comment about water. Who's being petty now? I mean, this is not even a pretty woman, honestly. It's just, I refined my palate. But yeah, the water thing, I'm telling you, these are the women that will make you miserable. That's the thing you got to peep about a lot of what, like, you have to know personality as well. A woman, like the last woman I had that was talking about water, so on and so forth, or in fact, both of the women that I had, they were both like, low-key would make you miserable for no reason. Low-key temperamental, low-key entitled, It's like, just drink the damn water. Just drink water. If it's clean, if it's filtered, just drink it. It's not even that complicated. The idea that you cannot drink another piece, like it's just like, I'm just giving the brothers some game, because if you don't get the game, so on and so forth. And actually, if we're talking about, see, the thing is that I'm actually digging like, I wouldn't mind a lady with a little more melanin at this, and I'm actually a reason why I'm gonna just pretext that, because the next one is going to be about melanin in the complexion. I'm not hating on no complexion, but I mean, I could also see how a little more complexion is a good thing. So let's
It is my mission today to stop you from being a homosexual.
You're a victim.
Here we go, see it.
I get so sick of sisters, I don't know what to do.
So one of the things that happened inside of America is that we kind of get used to, so like, let's keep her on the stage, right? But we kind of get used to this idea of like just kind of being like yellow or blue, very light, And so look, I'll say this right here. I'd even process this as a slur initially. I was agreeing that this is what I'd want. Beautiful couple being slandered by a fool, right? So this lady got her account suspended, but luckily I took some screenshots. So check this out. This is a black couple. Now this is the melanin that is nice. I don't have this melanin. Okay, I don't have this melanin, so I can't really hate on anybody who doesn't have this melanin either. You understand? Because then I'll just be hating on myself, and I can't do that. But notwithstanding, this is a good melanin. You understand? And if you were to actually compare this melanin with this melanin, you're gonna realize that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you begin to see the difference, you know? And I think there's a lot here. Cause see, sometimes these people, like people with this kind of melanin would look at people with this type of melanin and be like, oh, well, y'all ain't even that conscious. Like, y'all ain't even that conscious. And you're not as black as I am. You're not as African as I am. And then sometimes they might be like, ew, that melanin, that's too dark. You got it, so on and so forth. And guess what? That's exactly what this lady's doing. Now, I didn't get to get all of her screenshots, but look at this one right here. This is what people that don't support interracial marriages want. So, at first, I thought, oh, this, I didn't know. I thought it was, from afar, I thought it was a sister, right? So I'm like, this sister's trying to big up. No, she gets it. This is what we don't want. This is what we want. We don't support interracial marriages. This is what we want, right? I thought that's what she was saying. That's not what she's saying. What she's saying is this picture right here is disgusting because these two people are dark. Enemies within. My mom is white. This is a mulatto. Swirled. Mixed race activist. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Oh, I didn't even get to big up her picture. But she kind of looks like this lady, honestly. You get what I'm saying to you? And so the concern, of course, is I got to say, look, man, stop making these swirled. So, it's not to say that this lady's not pretty. But you also have to recognize. Now, of course, I was just hating on her water thing. I didn't really hate on how she looked per se. You know what I mean? But I'm just talking about what Tanzan was asking about. Well, what is pretty? You understand? Now, of course, this lady got the same straightened hair too, so I ain't really messing with no straightened hair. But you see that complexion? You understand? And I mean, obviously, not everybody's gonna have that complexion, or not everybody had that complexion historically. Some people had my complexion, which is nice. But you understand? It really becomes, what is your value system? And I mean, I'm not gonna be as extreme as Brother Kofi, who's gonna be like, yeah, get that other lady out. That other lady's white. This lady's white or some shit. I don't know. Brother Kofi gonna curse or some shit. Ew, get this motherfucking monster out of my face. I'm not gonna say that. But I mean, like I said, you could also like just tell this is not this woman is obviously, like, among other reasons, the water thing, the dressed in the bandana outfit, the straightened hair, you could tell this woman would give you nothing but problems, nothing but trouble. Pretty problem. I get the best water, dumb shit. You could tell. And I'm not saying this woman wouldn't give you problems. But this woman would. Okay? This woman would. And of course, like I said, this woman would. And not on because they light. This woman because she's a mixed race fucking activist. And this woman because she doesn't like water. And she's, like, let's say, she's kind of hood. like she's hood in a bad way. But anyway, that's, lesson of that one was just stop making these swirled. Okay? Stop making these swirls because, I thought this was a good thing. When I first saw this, I liked it. I was like, yes, this is what people that don't support interracial marriages want. Yes, two beautiful black couples, absolutely. Two beautiful black people, two beautiful dark-skinned African people marrying each other. That's beautiful. She's saying this is ugly. Why make these people? Why make these people? All right, so the next one is comrades. Comrades. Let's just go on.
在最后千万不要可怜他们，你要记住这个东西，千万不要可怜他们，不管是他们家里怎样了，不要可怜他们，这是最主要，你把这句话放在心里，对待黑人。
Yeah, I actually like that guy on Squid Game. Anyway, so Brother McCarty says, Tanzan, instead of passing her up, that's an opportunity for Oni to teach her. He's just petty. Nah, look, I messed with a woman who was on that. I only like distilled water. I bought a bunch of distilled water. That shit expensive as a motherfucker. Tanzan says, that is a beautiful black couple. We want black people to get together and make beautiful black children. Some mulattoes hate just to hate. If she's the same water lady, then she can go to hell with haste. No, it's not the same lady. It's not the same lady. That other lady got her account suspended. It's not the same lady, but I'm just saying that, when you talk about what is pretty versus what is not, Brother McCarty says, I'll be doing another episode of Mind Our Black Business today. Join me and bring information for at least one black-owned business, all right, bet. I got to find one, but, let's see. Stop doing this. Oh, yeah, so what do we do with the comrades? Let's see what the comrades are up to. Oh, yeah, in a nutshell, this is comrades in a nutshell. What's comrades in a nutshell? Oh, shit, I just pressed cut by mistake. Oh, I could do a copy of that. Let's see what in a nutshell means. So this is comrades in a nutshell. What is comrades in a nutshell? Oh, yeah, you could pay me $100,000 a year to just watch TV as a job, and I'd still complain. Yeah, that's them in a nutshell. It's them in a nutshell. You could pay me $100,000 a year. It's like, what do you want? Like, they're just complaining, notwithstanding everything that's given to them, or everything that they have, everything they want. They're like, this system exploits me. And the thing is this, like I said, I used to be, if you ever meet with a socialist, don't tell them that you are a Maoist third worldist. Okay? I used to be a Maoist third worldist. So a Maoist third worldist is the hyper left. Okay? The ultra left. Okay? The ultra leftist. So there's the leftists and then the ultra leftists. The Maoist third worldists are like, hey, you know what? Realistically speaking, there's the global north versus the global south. The global north are the bourgeoisie and the global south are the proletariat. And the quote-unquote socialist revolution would be the global south against the global north. It's not that there's the proletariat in the England who are going to fight the system. It's the proletariat, or it's the people of the south who are going to pay the people of the north. White people do not love this shit because it doesn't make them the hero. Okay? It makes them the enemy. And in fact, it makes even us inside the West the enemy. Us inside the West, the exploiters, so on and so forth. And some people don't like that perspective. They don't like that paradigm, notwithstanding. Okay? Here's the thing. The person being exploited, really, is that person digging the coltan in the Congo. Not this lady. This lady who could sit up and watch TV most of her days. Okay? And she's probably not making $100,000 a year, but she's probably making $70,000 or $80,000 or even $40,000. Which, believe me, the person who's digging up coltan in the fucking Congo is making $100 a year. Okay? Okay, $100 a year. All right? While you're making $40,000 a year, they're making $100 a year. And you're crying about being hyper exploited. What your labor is, what this lady, I don't know this lady, so let's just make up something about her. What she's doing is she's probably writing articles for a magazine that are entertaining and funny, but that's it. What this boy is doing is he's climbing over the body of his brother, okay, who died in the mines. He's climbing over the body of his brother to find more coltan in order to get a few pennies for it. The person who's being hyper exploited, or the person who's being exploited, is that boy digging the coltan. The person who's writing articles for a living is not necessarily being exploited, but it is what it is. Reminds me of this recent meme was this little boy who gets interviewed about his love of corn. Okay, he likes corn. He's this little cute boy who likes corn. Okay, and he says it so silly, like corn or something like that, like something stupid, right? And so this white guy is interviewing him, and it turns out to be a funny video because the boy says corn so silly, right? Or so, well, not silly, but he just really likes corn for some reason, and he reminds you of that guy Bubba who likes shrimp or something, right? From Forrest Gump. Although I didn't see Forrest Gump, but he reminds you of that, right? Either way, he begins to trend, Then eventually he goes on Chipotle. Chipotle, I think, pays him like $600 to say, oh, I want a burrito with just corn or something like that, right? It's supposed to be funny, it's supposed to be cute. Black people in the audience like, y'all exploiting that boy. You should give him $10,000. You should give him $100,000 because he likes corn and you're using his image. The boy just says he likes corn. But because we are so in the presence of abundance that we feel like this little boy just appearing on a 20-second advertisement for Chipotle just trying to be cool, he should have $100 million fucking dollars. He basically made the company off of this ad. That's the world we live in. I want you to understand, this is in a nutshell. The nutshell is you can pay me $100,000 fucking dollars just to watch TV and I will still complain. Whereas there's real human suffering in the global south. No Maoism, third worldism. No, none of that. I'm just saying, realistically. So let's see what the comments are like. Tanzan says, yep, he'll probably whip out his book instead. I was thinking about that. Kofi says, Brother Bakari, what's your channel name? Yeah, make sure you guys check out Brother Bakari's channel. Kofi says, cool, found it and subscribed. I forgot to put the names of these. The first is Bitter Medicine, Tanzan African Mind, Forecast, so on and so forth. Brother Bakari, please subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe to everybody else. Brother Bakari, you got to do this ad, man, so we can, this Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey 3, I thought it was Marcus Garvey 2. How many Marcus Garveys are there? But yeah, make sure you guys do like a clip so that I can play it while I'm playing these commercials. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is the commercials, guys. For those of you. No. That's what am I doing? That's the scrolling text. This is a commercial right here.
This is D-Web with the Harsh Reality Podcast, asking you to tune in where we tackle the news of the day that affects our community, only on KWAZ Radio.
Greetings, everyone. This is Koku from the Bitter Medicine Podcast, inviting you to tune in to the Bitter Medicine Podcast on KWAZ Radio.
Greetings, fam. Tune in to The Learning Curve with me, the revolutionary matron on KWAZ Radio.
You are listening to the Pro-Black Perspective on KWAZ Radio.
Yeah, so the idea is that you would just like put a clip and then put some music in the background, copyright-free music, and then that's it. You know what I mean? So Brother Bakari says that's the same people. All right, so let's see. Just Incredible. Black Lives Matter leader accused of stealing $10 million from the organization. Okay? Bowers and his group denied all the claims of financial misconduct and chastised those suing him for falling victim to the carceral logic and social violence that fuels the legal system and taking legal action against him. Okay, this is saying, like, this is how he talks. You're falling victim to the carceral logic and social violence that fuels the legal system. Right? Okay. And meanwhile, he got $10 million in his pocket. Okay? They would rather take the same steps of our white oppressors and utilize the criminal legal system, which is propped up by white supremacy, the same system they say they want to dismantle, to solve movement disputes. What dispute? You fucking robbed them. You fucking stole from them. The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation's board of directors said in a joint statement, Bowers is one of the 3 members of the board. So again, these are the socialist revolutionaries in America. Okay? This is what I'm saying. Like, they get you together. They say, look, we're going to end police brutality. Whoa, you just dumped $500 million on my fucking lap? Okay. Well, I'm a socialist, so I do need a Lamborghini, though. Fucking, you understand? Enemies within. And but like, again, like, I can't blame them. I mean, I do blame them, but I can't blame them. I do blame them, but I can't blame them. Cause like, what else were you gonna do? You get all this money, you give all this guy money? What do you think he's gonna do? What do you think he's gonna do with it? That's the thing. It's like, what do you think he's gonna do with it? You know what I mean? If I had somebody just gave me $500 million and said, look, man, do something with this. Change the police brutality with this. What? It's this phrase. I used to be in this organization, Alton Maddox, and he said, look, man, Negroes always knocking on the wrong door, talking to the wrong people, asking the wrong questions. Okay? I'll say it again. Negroes are always knocking on the wrong door, talking to the wrong people, and asking the wrong questions. You wanted to end police brutality in America, and you went to this guy. You went to this guy. Who the fuck is he? Shalimar Bowers. Who is he? You said, hey man, end police brutality here, take my fucking money. $500 million. Knocking on the wrong door. Okay? Talking to the wrong people and asking the wrong questions. When you study history, you're gonna realize you're not gonna end police brutality in the West. Period. You're not gonna end the police brutality in a police state. Period. So what were you thinking? What were you thinking he was gonna do with the money? He can't do anything with the money but pocket it. Just telling you what it is. If you don't believe me, well, you short $10 million. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You short $10 million fucking dollars. Now look, I just saw this one today. This is my favorite rapper, Begged. I want y'all to realize, again, these are the comrades. It's like y'all be knocking on the wrong door, talking to the wrong people, and asking the wrong questions. I'm just saying it like that. Let me see what the comments are like. Brother McCarty says, so I just recorded a statement and sent it in the group email. Yeah. Just do that. We can play it whenever we play the clips. I recently became a member of KW's Radio. Real Black Genesis, I sub to all the above. Great. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. So look, this they made the most money off of y'all favorite rappers, and mine's included, right? Yeah, okay, these are the people. Now I want y'all to understand this. Your favorite rapper goes up to these guys and says, hey, could you invest in my rap career? And they say, sure, but I'm going to take 80% because this is my equipment. And then your favorite rapper says, okay. So what the fuck you mad at these people for? Somebody come to me and somebody says, hey man, I want to, I want you to support my swimming career. And I say, okay. Sister comes to me and says, I want you to support my swimming career. I say, okay. What do I get from it? Well, you can take 90% of the profit. Oh, you take 100% of the expense, and then you take 90% of the profit. And then I take that deal. You're going to later say, why don't you get all the money? Like, what the fuck? This person walked up to me. Because see, the thing about these guys right here, I'm going to show you the thing about these guys. These are not motherfuckers, okay, that you would, so I'm looking at the comments. Faithful's here. He says, the scaly Israelis that RZA talked about before he went to Hollywood, and some tall Israeli is running this rap shit, says Most Def, right? But yeah, it's like, here's the thing. It's like, well, what do you expect? If you go up to the Capitol, you go up to the capitalist per se, you go up to the Capitol, you say, hey, look, I want to make a deal with you. And they say, okay, these are the terms for the deal. Right? Then why wouldn't they make the most money off of it? Do you understand? Especially if you come to them with nothing. We talked about the church, right? One of the things about the church is that it's entertaining. And what happens is a lot of singers will come out of the church because church is a good place to get your singing practice in. You can't necessarily sing on the streets like that. You could probably sing in your home, but church is a good place to sing competitively on a weekly basis. All right? Now, in church, you're not going to make no damn money singing, right? But if you could sing well and then you go up to this, then somebody says, hey, why don't you talk to this guy? I don't know who these people are. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Why don't you go talk to this guy? Right? He has a lot of money, and he's okay with letting you use his studio for so on and so forth. Right? So you go use his studio, right? And your belief might be like, well, it'd be better if I got all the money after I use his studio. Like I pay him for the studio time, and I pay him to produce, and then he just uses that money, and then I go out and use my own money, and I just go out and sell my own thing, however, right? that's fine. And you could actually make that arrangement. But the reality is that you didn't make that arrangement. You know, because another thing that these people do, what we don't really realize is that they also distribute the music. So how do you get the music in Walmart? How do you get the music in the Hollywood movie, right? Again, you know, we're talking about Israel, right? So how do you get the movie in the Hollywood movie? Like, how do you get that music during the Steven Spielberg production, or while you watching Star Wars? How do you get that singing in Star Wars? How do you do it? You know, because like, sure, you could record the audio and try to pass it along in your neighborhood, but how do you get it in Walmart? If this guy has the inside in Walmart, so he's like, yeah, I'm going to take a cut for that. You're using my connections. Like, I want people to understand how economics works or how economy works. And I mean, I did point this out, you know, as Tanzan said, I'll promote my own book. So I did point this out in the Book of Power. but it is what it is. I did. Okay? That realistically speaking, you got to consider also who's distributing and who they're distributing to and who's really being entertained and for what. Because if you're not financing your own music industry, if you're content with hearing the competitive singing in church for free every week, right? Then the person who wants to make money off of singing has to go to somebody who will pay them and who will distribute it to their friends, to the people that want to hear it outside of church, not for free. And that's where the money really comes in. So yeah, this person makes money. But that's because they had the money to begin with. You understand? Now, you could go back and be like, well, why do they have the money to begin with? And that's a whole other question. Or it really just relates to the reality that you came to this country with no fucking money. And they didn't. But that's like, you know, that's a whole other question. And you can't fix that with questions. Like, you can't fix the past. The past happened. Just a FYI. Let's see what the other ones is. I hear stories of them dissing the rappers. Yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't respect the rappers either. I mean, if you come to me and you look, if I had a bunch of money, if I'm sitting on money, somebody comes to me and says, hey, you know what? I would like to make you some more money. I'd say, yeah, sure. But why would I respect you? You know? Like, what is it to respect about somebody who goes to another people and says, I would like to make some more money for you? What is there to respect of somebody like that? And the thing is that all of these black youth who went up to these men went up to them with the pretext. And look, it's not just the rappers. I mean, we all do this. There was a poem I had in the Pro Black Compendium. So the poem, one of the couplets is something along the lines of, today you beg through cover letters to enrich them as they call you N-word. So it's like, guns were once our fetters. Guns were once our fetters. That means that guns were once something that used to control us, right? But your control is without the trigger, okay? You're not controlled by the gun anymore. Instead, and this is what we're talking about, how people get you to work for them. So during the time of our enslavement, they had guns on us. That's why the fuck we did work for them. They had guns on us, okay? It was a fucking torture device. They used punishment. They used physical control. We are working for this white boy, not based off of the fact that he has guns on us. Not to say that, you know, we will not, like, we can't. Like, we don't also have land to the extent where we could just eat off our own land. We don't. So, but again, we're not in our own fucking land, so it doesn't even, it's a non sequitur in a sense, right? Either way, I say guns are once our fetters. Your control's without the trigger. Instead, you beg through cover letters, right? You say, I want a job for you, right? I want a job from you, white people. Like, before, they used to force you to work for them. Now, you beg to work for them through cover letters, resumes, all that kind of stuff. And I say, instead, we beg through cover letters to enrich them as they call you the N-word, right? You're begging to enrich the other person. That's what working is. When you go to work, you are a part of a establishment an institution to make the owner of the business richer. Okay? Now, of course, you're going to get some money in return, but the entire premise of why you are working for them is to get them richer. So your favorite rapper, as he says, I mean, it's not my favorite rapper, but your favorite rapper goes up to these white boys and says, look, give me some money and I'll get you a lot more. That's it. The same like when I go to, I don't work at Walmart, but let's say I go to work at Walmart and it's give me some money and I will help your institution so that you guys make a lot more money. And now if I walk away from that and I say, Walmart makes so much money, whereas I'm doing all the work. Well, duh. That's why I put the resume in. Oh, that's why you put the resume in. Because nobody's going to hire you unless they profit from it. Nobody's going to hire you unless they profit from it. Unless there's some way that you can make them profit from it and profit from you greater than that you would profit from it, then they're not going to hire you. Then you would be a dead weight. And why would they, in the interest of profit, hire a dead weight? So yes, these rappers came in and were like, hey, I will enrich you as a people. And it's like, why don't you go to your own people? Well, my own people do not really value this in the same way. They don't value music in the same way. They don't get together and build a studio in the same way that you've built a studio. They don't develop a film industry in the same way that you developed the film industry. So now you're saying that they're going to diss you? Of course they're going to diss you. The moment you ask another person for help, you disrespected your damn self. They're not going to respect you. They're not. Revolutionary Matron says, relationships are the basis of all economies. Ideally, a church would help people that do not have the ability to create their own relationships, but the church sells you on the idea of a sky daddy. Exactly. Always. Brother Bakari agrees. Let's go. Let's just keep going to the next one. Now I'm feeling like I should have a component where, but the thing is, I'm not even using StreamYard. So let's go to Nevolutionaries. Nevolutionaries. This is Brother Bakari's favorite one.
Black people just don't get it. We just don't get it. We just don't get it.
Sorry. All right. So I can't even enjoy white media. Okay, this was just realistically, I was just gonna show y'all a video of some white shit. It's not even that important. Let's go to the next one. This one is some lady. I can't remember her name. Oh, Amanda Seals.
That this country is so and racist that when I find myself crying at a video with like kids holding a puppy or somebody doing some really nice shit with their grandpa because they made their first home run, etc., I hate that immediately after I get that touching feeling of just human to human compassion, I say to myself, I wonder if they're racist. Does anyone else have that? Because it's really come next, and I didn't make that up.
Because I hear the music in the background. Let me just read it. So he says, I hate that this country. So sorry, my context, my prompt is, I can't even enjoy white media. Like, what? All right. So I hate that this country is so fucking shit and racist that when I find myself crying at a video with like kids holding a puppy or somebody doing some really nice shit with their grandpa because they made their first home run and etc., I hate that immediately after I get that touching feeling of just human to human compassion. I say to myself, I wonder if they're racist. Does anyone else have that? Because it's really, really shit that's the thought that would come next. And I didn't make that up. And it's like, okay, like just this victim complex where it's like, it's not even your media. It's like me saying, I'm going to watch a German movie and be like, well, I wonder how they think about black people. They weren't fucking thinking of you. Like that. Like it's that. You gotta realize American films, just think of them like foreign films, okay? Think of them like when you're watching a Russian or a Korean, like you're watching Squid Game, okay? Well, in fact, I watched Squid Game the other day. There was one foreigner. They were kind of like, there was this one character that was kind of like hating on the foreigner. The thing I liked about Squid Game was like the subtext, really. One of them was like hating on the Christian belief. One of them was hating on America's destruction of the Korean character, and the other one was there was this Indian guy, and he was a nice guy, and they were like, hey, Indians could be nice people. And then at some point this lady was mocking the Indian guy, like, oh, are you an illegal, and all that kind of stuff. But it is what it is. The point is, though, if I'm just to be like, well, what are their opinions of black people, it's like, what the fuck? They're not making it for you. They're not making it for you. Not everything's about you. And if you don't like it, just stop looking at their shit. Stop going through Korean films. Because it wasn't made for you. Fucking Amanda Seals. You guys feel me. Let's see what the comments are like. Negroes are obsessed with inclusion. That's Sankata. It's just weird. It's just weird at this point. It's just, as much as like, you see this? Anyway, props to this motherfucker. Fucking Kanye West. Props to this motherfucker. He's an enemy within, by the way, but props to this motherfucker. Look, I want y'all to say it's really simple. Get money, build schools. It's so simple. Even a simpleton thought of it, okay? So somebody says, I'm crying that parents actually sending their kids to son's school. Kanye West is like, this is the Dove's first day at Donda. Praise, I guess praise God. Praise God, God did, right? So it's DJ Khaled. Now, DJ Khaled, I think, is a whole Muslim. I'm not going to hold you guys. I mean, I don't know. I think he is, but I don't know. I just say that because he's Arab. Either way, I want y'all to realize this. Kanye West is a fucking lunatic. Okay, he's a lunatic, but he's a billionaire. Okay, he's a lunatic, but he's a billionaire. So you know what happens? He builds a school. Now again, he's a lunatic. Okay, he's a lunatic. The dude is fucking crazy. He's unstable. He's irrational. He is nuts. Notwithstanding that, he builds a school and it's full enrollment. Full enrollment by black and white kids. Okay? I want you to understand it's really that simple. You build it and they will come. Okay? So get your fucking bag. Get your bag. You build it and they will come, because there's no, like, this motherfucker is a lunatic. He's not like this, like, he's a lunatic. And I mean by lunatic, when I say lunatic, I'm not even using that like pejoratively. I'm not even using it loosely. This dude is out of his damn mind. Okay? People are enrolling their kids into his school. Okay? And it's a Christian school at that. DJ Khaled said God did or something like that. Now, I think rap really fell because Kendrick Lamar's verse sucked as far as I could tell. And then DJ Khaled produces this song. He produces two songs. One of them has Jay-Z as a feature. Another one he has like Buja Banton and them as a feature. They're both trash. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I just like, I don't know if my palate changed or something. But both of these songs are fucking trash. People are listening to this Jay-Z verse, which is trash. Okay? And saying this is his best verse of all time. It's the fucking weirdest thing. I want you to understand it's weird. I don't get it. But it's basically gospel music. Okay? God did. It's gospel music. These are the people that are trending. These are billionaires. This guy's a billionaire. The other guy's a billionaire. They're both super hyper Christians. Okay? In America, the biggest entertainers, the richest entertainers in America are fucking Christians proselytizing, no less. Fucking doomed. 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 Nevolutionaries. Yeah, this is doomed as fuck. But yeah, this is that's it. But I want you to, I just really want you to get this thing right here. Just get it. Get money. You know? Get money. Okay? Just do it, because at this point, like, if this guy could do it, like, come on. So I said, give me water, you agree to. Okay, Brother Bakari's not gonna like this one. Brother Bakari's not gonna like this one. Let me see what the comments are like though before I go to it. Revolution Matrix says, everybody is supposed to be competitive. If you're not competitive, then you've decided to destroy yourself. Even her post is an advertisement for someone to give her an endorsement deal. Interesting. Let's see. I think you're talking about Amanda. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. So yeah, this is some lady. She's like, give me water. This is the trouble, man. Like, I realize that these people can kill you at any fucking second. At any fucking second. So there's a quote inside the Pro Black Compendium, right? I don't think I have it here, but I think it was something along the lines. That's my quote, right? Where I said, we're the only people that depend upon our enemies to protect us. Okay? We're the only people who depend upon our enemies to protect us. This is Jackson, Mississippi. This lady's going to tell you she's paying a water bill and she doesn't even have any damn water. Doesn't even have any damn water. She's paying the water bill and she's like, I'm not getting any of the free water neither. These motherfuckers could kill you any second. And we're going to talk about that in the Fan Africanists, because there's going to be some black people who are going to, actually it might be the Evolutionaries. There's some black people who are going to be in Dubai who also get fucked over. Okay? It's a thing. These people can kill you at the drop of a hat. You have to understand this.
You gotta pay a water bill. What is they doing with our tax dollars? You gotta pay a water bill, but you can't use the water. That don't make no sense. I got $100 water bill I just paid, and I can't use the water. I am angry about this water crisis, because this don't make no sense. We ain't had no water for 2 months almost. So, you can't afford to buy water when you're in a fixed income, and nobody on this side of town is giving away any water.
Fixed income.
All the water being given away is out here out there in South Jackson. I blame the city and the mayor.
I blame the city and the mayor.
And everybody working downtown ain't doing their job. Because every time we turn around, we have this problem. This don't make no sense.
Yeah, so, yeah. Just think about it.
What is they doing?
She's paying the water bill. I don't know why she's paying the water bill when she got no damn water, but she's paying the water bill. And she's like, why don't I get the free water? They're not giving it to us. They can do this to you at any moment. And I think, actually, yeah, this is the next example. Any country, you're going to see, I thought they probably looked together. Any country can screw you the fuck over. Look at this right here. I don't think I can play this song, and you can't even understand it anyway. This is just a video of these motherfuckers, these people in Nigeria. These are Nigerians, right? Mass deportation of Nigerians in Nigeria. They started with closing bank accounts of Nigerians, then denying them health care and visas, and made it illegal to rent out apartments to them. They made it impossible to live in Dubai. So I want you to understand, friendly reminder. As you hate on oppression, oh, you guys are oppressing us, and why are you making so much money off of me? Any country can close your bank account, deny you health care, deny you residency, and make it illegal for you to rent. Any country. Bear this in mind. Bear this in mind as you try to secure a future for your people in foreign lands. Ladies of Mississippi, Mississippi, traditional, this is a quote unquote, if we all went to Mississippi, we would be free. Same Mississippi. The lady's like, I've been paying water for 2 fucking months and I ain't got no water. Paying $100. Because the thing is this, why is she even paying monthly bills of water? I don't even know. But she pays monthly bills of water, don't get no damn water. Then when they're giving out free water, they're not giving it to her. Okay? And all she can, I blame the mayor. See these motherfuckers? See these Nigerians? They standing there. They're standing there at the airport. Can you at least give us a ride home? Any country could do this to you. Any country could do this to you. This is why what the Pan-African Nationalists are saying is that you have to develop your own nations. You have to develop your own nations. And the part of that is that you have to be a part of an organization built on the development of your people. This is why the UNIA stands for what it does. Universal Negro Improvement Association. You have to be geared towards the improvement of African people universally. But particularly, you have to be geared toward the improvement of African people in Africa. Because where you're going to run to, you know? Where you're going to run to. That's the Cinnamon song, right? Where you going to run to? All on that day. You know what I'm saying? I think, what was his name? Some brother made a thing of like a parody, I guess, where it's called Down Press a Man. Down Press a Man, where you gonna run to? You know? I didn't sing that well, I know. But it's a different tune. Like I know but Down Press a Man, where you gonna run to? You know? But that's the thing. It's like, oh no, but he's talking about the down presser man, the oppressor running. But the reality is that you have to worry about where you're going to run to. Okay? Because they can do this anywhere. I got a bank account, nice. They can be like, oh yeah, your bank is closed now. You know? Or your residency is up. Or you know what? You can't rent where you're at. You can't do it. And then what? Well, I protest. Okay. Oh, we're going to shut off your water. I don't give a fuck. Your water's not safe. We're going to shut it off. Fuck you. Okay. We're not going to sell you any damn water. Fuck you. You know, I'll tell you guys this. I'll tell you this. It's actually pretty interesting. One day I went up to... so I had to go to the store, right? And buy some groceries. Okay, I buy some groceries, but I had to run out. I think it was actually last week. I ran out because I was like in a hurry. I had to go buy some food or whatever, right? I didn't put on a good shirt, low key. I just put on a random shirt. It was a warm day. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't even have time to comb my son's hair. Okay, so I walk out to the store. I go to the grocery store, get some food for this kid, and I put it on the belt. Okay, and then the lady doesn't do anything. And I put more clothes on the belt, and she doesn't do anything. So I'm like, what's happening, right? Because you know, usually you put the food on the belt, they scan it, then they bag it, or they leave it there for you to bag, right? In New York, they don't give bags anymore, right? But she's not doing anything. The belt's not moving. I'm just packing these food on top of each other. Then I say, what's going on? And she goes, and the thing is this: she could have just done that. That'd have been a good story. But instead she goes, you know, and this is what pissed me off, because like I said, I just grabbed the shirt. You know, I wasn't dressing it to impress. I said, I'm just gonna run in and run out, you know. Not no shorties down here, so you know, it is what it is, you know. I usually dress to impress, but if there's nobody to impress, I'm not dressing to impress. This lady says, and I might change that policy based on what this lady said. She said, the EBT machine is not working right now. Is that okay with you? The fuck? Like what? Lady, what the nerve, you know? I mean, usually I give these motherfuckers a tip, even though they're not all African. At some point, you know, I said to myself, you know what, I'm gonna give these motherfuckers a tip anyway, right? I did not give this lady a tip at all, you know? Maybe I would have said Neutrogena, you know, clear up her skin, but that's about it, you know? But yeah, like realistically though, what I want to say is that these motherfuckers don't even have to check your shit. You know? Now, she was just doing that shit because I guess I looked broke or something. Or maybe she was just... And it looked like she was new, too. So maybe she just thought it wasn't rude to just ask somebody, you know, your account, whatever. But the thing is that, you know, realistically speaking, they don't have to check your shit out. They don't have to sell you anything. They can watch you starve. They are perfectly capable of watching another person starve. You have to understand that. They are perfectly capable of watching another person starve. Let's see what the comments are. Mississippi, Brother Christ says, Mississippi is the place that we can take over and control. Only I would explain this, but you don't let us on your panel. Man, now I'm regretting it, man. I'm trying to rush through the program so I can just stop regretting it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I know. I mean, I feel you on that. Look, I hear what I hear that, you know. But I mean, this is also what's happening, you know. Sankara says, right. Brother Bakari says, what's going on in Jackson is effed up. And he says, the mayor of Jackson is weak. Yeah, well, shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Sankara says, facts. Let's see what the next one is. I don't know if y'all laughing about my clothing disaster. But all right. Last one is the freaking Pan-Africanist. We actually got all the subjects. Woo. Well, except for the allies. But let's go.
Bullshit.
Where the white women at? That's it. All right. Anyway, so these are the Pan-Africanists. We almost finished. This last one is this one. I like this one, so we're gonna go to it last, obviously. So look, let me see. Someone please think about the Europeans. Yeah. So this was a submission. Somebody asked me to check this one out, so I'm gonna give y'all this one. Can someone please think about the Europeans? This guy. This is a senator in, I want to say. Okay, I don't know what country he's a senator. 2.7 million followers. Woo, that's a lot of followers. Let me see who it is. Nigeria. Senator in Nigeria. Oh shit. Okay, senator in Nigeria is like. And this is why they fucking kicking people out, man. That shit, boy. I can't even. I'm sorry. What? You voted for this motherfucker? That's what I'm saying. When Brother McCarthy says the mayor is shit, is weak ass in Mississippi, it's like, well, who voted for this motherfucker then? You know what I'm saying? But then now you got this motherfucking senator, 2.7 fucking million. And he's like, Germany should not be profiled or stereotyped for what has happened over 70 years ago. Nazi Germany is not the Germany of today. How much will be left of Europe and the West if they are to pay Africa for for all the years of slavery and colonialism? Man, shut the fuck up, man. Fucking Pan-Africanist. Shut the fuck up, man. He actually even calls himself a Pan-Africanist, man. Damn it. And look, I'm not even gonna say that he's wrong. I'm not gonna say he's wrong per se. I'm gonna say shut the fuck up, man. You know, the one thing I'm not gonna do, one thing you're not gonna see me do. I mean, all right. So I mean, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. When I was talking about the Israeli guy, I was more or less talking about. Or like, you know, the rappers and all that stuff. I was more or less talking about, let's just talk about reality. I'm not really like defending them or nothing. You know, I'm more or less saying, hey, you went up to these motherfuckers, right? This guy has gone out of his way to be like, Germany, what about if they were to pay us? I mean, what would be left of them? Think about them. Like, shut the fuck up, man. You know? Just shut the fuck up. Anyway, that's Senator Shehu Sani. Y'all got to stop voting for these motherfuckers. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If there are fair elections, if there are, and of course they're not, but still, if there are fair elections, stop voting for these motherfuckers. You know? Or even, here's what I want to say about that white lady, right? Go out and fucking canvas for the people you want. Canvas for the people you want. This white lady came out of, like, she was from a whole other area. She came to my area and was like, hey, I want you to vote for this motherfucker. Okay, this is the socialist candidate. And, you know, she asked me, what's the thing I want? And I was like, global warming, you know? I want to do some global warming, whatever. And she was like, okay, yeah, this is the candidate for that. Whatever, I don't get it. But point is this. Go and canvas for the people you want. A lot of people in Nigeria talking about Peter Obi and all that kind of stuff. And again, that's just a president. Notwithstanding, go canvas for that guy. Canvas for whoever's running against this guy. Canvas. Join, like, contact whoever's the freaking opposition. Say, hey, I'd like to work for you. Hey, I'd like to put some money and resources into your campaign. Canvas for the opposition. Because here's the thing. That guy who the white lady told me to vote for, he almost won. He didn't win, but he almost won. She said the incumbent was another black guy. I'm not gonna hold you. They're both black guys, right? The incumbent was this, you know, lobbyist, you know, in the pocket, all the kind of stuff, and he won. But the reality is this: canvas. Okay, what you don't like out there, canvas against it. Period. Okay, canvas against what you don't like. Okay. You know, stop. We can't look at the world and be like, you know, this shit sucks and this is bad. Like I go to Africa and be like, you know, it sucks that they're not going to vote for people who are not a part of their ethnic group or something. I can say that. Okay? I'm like, I want to run. Well, I'm making for myself. I'd be like, you know, I want to be a senator, but I know they're not going to vote for me. That's fine. Notwithstanding, canvas. Make the difference. You know? Even though Brother Bakari says Michael Jackson ain't a thing, Michael Jackson does have a song called "Man in the Mirror." He's like, if you want to make a change, just look in the fucking mirror. He also got black and white, so he's not, you know. I'm just saying that it was a good quote. But yeah. Make sure you guys canvas. Let's see what the other comments are like. It looks like there's another comment, but I can't even see it. It's like locked under the thing. So let me see if I could. I'll probably see it on the screen. Oh no, I can't even. The mayor of Jackson. Nah, I can't even fucking scroll in this shit. Hold on a second. Let me just. My comments are not visible at the moment. He says, oh yeah, sorry. So he says, the mayor of Jackson is weak. Facts. Not just Mississippi, but a lot of small black areas in the South. Big cities is the worst thing that happened to black people in this country. Yeah. Sankara says Nigeria is fucked. Brother Bakari says the mayor of Jackson was voted in on the strength of his dad work. Chokwe Lumumba is his dad. Oh wait, that's the mayor? You saying he's weak? Damn man, I'm motherfucking. What are you talking about? Chokwe Lumumba's son? That's the mayor of Jackson? That's he's weak? I didn't even know. Cause that dude, Chokwe Lumumba, yeah, I remember when Chokwe Lumumba died. He was that was a dude that was half Indian, right? But yeah, I remember Chokwe Lumumba. That dude was rallying for us. We were a lot of people in the black community were celebrating that dude's victory. I think he ran against a white boy, right? So I don't even know. I didn't even like that's news to me. Big cities is the worst. So Sankara says, LOL, Germany got Marshall Plan reparations for World War II though. Of course they did. I agree with that Michael Jackson song, Brother Bakari says. All right, let's proceed. I see that, you know, I'm overstaying my time. Domestics. This is more domestics. This is I'm going to show you guys the senator in Pan-Africanism. I mean, a senator in Kenya, I think. Yeah, Kenyan ambassador to Saudi Arabia. He is called Peter Otego. But then check this out. This is some Kenyan citizen. Oh no. So this is somebody describing. Okay, this is the Kenyan citizen. So this is a Kenyan girl called Diana Chepkemoy, Meru University student who went to find work in Saudi Arabia. She went healthy. Now she is enslaved. See her transformation. Our embassy was her location and employer's phone, but they are sitting pretty, waiting for her to die. Sad. So this is So again, you're a university girl. You're a university student, beautiful little girl, beautiful young girl, right? And you say to yourself, I need to find some work, and I'm going to go to Saudi Arabia. Now, of all the fucking places on the planet, like what? Okay. You know, you don't want to victim blame, but again, you know, you go into these traps, like we go into these traps on our own. Now, of course, I decided to make the guy the enemy within, but like, let's be real. So here she is. Hey, look, I'm pretty, you know? Here she is. Again, she's now in Saudi Arabia, and now she's what she's like. Okay? So she came to this from this. All because when you know, and this is why I say you have to, as an African people, develop your economy to the point where women don't have to leave. Okay? You have to develop your economy so that women do not have to leave. Okay? But instead of doing that, what we're doing is playing around. We're playing games, you know? And so this lady over here, now I don't know what ethnicity she is, but she's going to tell you, here's the secrets of survival in Saudi as a household help. Make yourself a fool. Okay? Make yourself a fool. Don't argue or talk back. Do your job smartly, not hard work. Okay? Don't do hard work, do smart work, right? Don't speak to mister. Don't take his money or any favors. And if it gets bad, change houses, right? And then listen to Mrs., learn her well, and keep quiet. Go and fucking be a stupid slave, you stupid idiot. This is black folk already. They're black. I mean, I think this is a black person. I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, she's really pale, but, you know. Okay, this is a drawing, so it's impossible to tell. Like, it's probably just a drawing that makes her look pale. But, yeah, you probably a black woman. And, yeah, she's like, hey, here's the rules. Okay? Now, last but not least, because some brother, I said, oh boy, some brother told me, basically there's this brother, he's a nice brother, Baka Mobo, who recommended this film, okay? So I was like, okay. So somebody says, this doc is next level. Shout out to Amendu's Christ. Let's see, 1,500 followers, not bad, right? And see the one quote tweet, you know, this brother Baka Mobile, he's a good brother. He's like, every black person needs to watch this documentary. So I was like, I went on Discord and I was like, yo, we should watch this documentary or something. And shout out to brother Kofi. He was like, shit, boy, I don't know about that. Now look at this shit right here, man. Y'all gonna see. This was like, yeah. Fucking fan app.
Everybody has a story.
So y'all hear that? You hear the voice in the background, right? That's that guy I was talking about last time. I can't remember his name anymore, but that motherfucking moron who was like talking to Kaba. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he's in this fucking documentary. Like, shit, you know, I realized I'm not in any documentaries, by the way.
Of how things became what it is. And all of the stories that we're experiencing up to date are all based on the original.
I think that's Kaba right now. But look at this motherfucker. This motherfucker has a fucking lightsaber. Like, what are you fucking even selling at this point? What are you selling at this point?
Mythological story. Myths are ways of codifying profound truth. And so in order to pass on the knowledge of these things, our ancestors began to put them in the form of stories. Because myth becomes a way of speaking to that. And it's all considered to be mythology because it is based on a belief. And then we create rituals that reinforces the logic and the knowledge of the myth. The story then goes into a ceremony that is constantly going to remind people. That's where the rituals come in, where we began to practice this, what they call Assyrian drama.
And you see why people don't mess with us, man? Because, like, I tell you, man, you see why people don't mess with us as a people. Do you just see why they don't mess with us? They're just like, hey, you know what? You motherfuckers are now, like, first off, y'all pick that. It's like a lot of ancient Egypt. Then you see some Dr. King shit. Like, come on. Like, come on. Like, you went from ancient Egypt to Dr. King, and then in ancient Egypt, you're somehow swinging lightsabers, and you want people to take us seriously. Fucking enemies within. I'll tell you, man.
This African story of an African trinity is over 6,000 years old. There's several different pieces of that story that are in direct correlation to the story of Jesus.
And then how Jesus?
Scholars know this. Why do they allow people keep thinking it's a religion unless they have an untoward agenda? And it's very clear that they've created a lot of confusion.
Like, my thing is, like, what does this do for you? NFT collection, art, film, and NFT collection. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, y'all see my past videos? I got Touch It remix. Y'all know that song good. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. A motherfucking lightsaber. Anyway, that's pretty much my time. Let me see what this is. Let's see what it says. He says, yeah, he is weak. Not even 50% of his dad. Oh, I didn't know that. Brother Carter says, the mayor of Jackson was quoted, things have changed since his dad died. I guess this water crisis is showing that things ain't changed that much. Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't even know it was Chocolate Mumba's son was that weak. I actually met Chocolate Mumba at one point. Not like on no fan thing. I didn't even know really. I just know people were bigging him up. But yeah. That's it though, man. Like fucking lightsabers and shit. That's where we are as a people. And like the grift, like the Kaba and the other guy who was talking were both on that other video, just going around the black community grifting, getting paid to do documentaries that mean nothing, and then our fucking bold face, like just nothing, keep you entertained, man. You know, you guys used to have lightsabers, right? Like what? It could piss you off, but all right, that's pretty much my time. So I appreciate y'all, fam. Thank you for coming through. And you know, until next week, Hashem Hotep, Uncle Ja, Seneb Neb, Amen, Ma'at, Dua Netra.